The Atlantic provinces, bonjour, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Dr. Sharon Mulvey, and I'm a cardiologist and the co-director of the Women's Heart Health Clinic in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq, with whom we strive for respectful partnerships as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation. We thank them for their strength and resilience in protecting these beautiful lands and aspire to uphold our collective responsibilities according to their example. At the Canadian Women's Heart Health Alliance, our Atlantic Canada Wear Red Canada Planning Committee has been busy working to bring you this exciting program. I am joined by several of our members who will introduce themselves and tell you about just what we have in store for you. Jan.
Bonjour et bienvenue au webinaire national. My name is Jan Coburn, and I'm a patient advocate, and I'm from Northwest New Brunswick. As part of this year's Wear Red Canada national message, to take care of others, you need to first take care of yourself. Start the conversation with the women in your life. Pour prendre soin des autres, il faut d'abord prendre soin de soi-même. Commencez la conversation avec les femmes de votre vie. Our theme is focused on the Heart Healthy Sunday Family Dinner.
Hi, my name is Peggy Hewlin, and I'm a nurse at the Cardiac Rehab Program, Hearts and Health in Motion here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we will do a heart healthy grocery tour with Angela Dufour, Olympic performance dietitian, followed by Canadian Master Chef Andy Haye of East Coast Kitchens. Andy will share with us some tips and tricks on how to prepare an affordable and tasty heart healthy dinner.
Hi, my name is Dr. Priya Kwelpalai, and I'm training to be a cardiologist at Dalhousie University here in Halifax. I'm really interested in women's heart health. Please ask questions in the chat box below, and throughout the program, we will do our best to answer them. So without further ado, let's begin.
Hey Canada, I'm Angela Dufour, lead performance dietitian with the Canadian Olympic Committee. I'm so excited that you're going to be joining me today as we navigate the grocery store. We're going to shop for some heart-healthy ingredients to make a special East Coast flair burrito bowl with Chef Andy from East Coast Kitchen. We'll also find some ingredients that we can swap, making our recipes more heart-healthy and family-friendly. So gather the family on February 13th because it's National Wear Red Day, in support and to raise awareness of all the women in our lives and supporting heart health. Okay, Canada, let's go. So one of the leading causes of death worldwide for women is heart disease. There's lots of things we can do to help prevent that. Managing stress, obviously physical activity and certain foods that help us improve that physical activity, and it starts right here in the grocery store. So shopping for day-old produce or what's in season are some great tips on how to make your penny go a little bit further in the produce department. One of my top picks, Dufour Red. It has a powerful antioxidant called lycopene, which gives it its red color, or pink. So start to try to include those in your daily diet. Throw them into soups, stews, burrito bowls, which I know Chef Andy is going to make for us after this. One of my other top picks, a great way to substitute for some creams or butter in recipes, and I know Chef Andy is going to use this in our burrito bowl, avocados. Adds a nice creamy texture, flavor, and a great way to cut down on the saturated fats. Excellent for heart disease. Did you know a trick to adding flavor without adding sodium is experimenting with different herbs and spices? So go for bright colored fruits and vegetables. Yellow, red, green, all have powerful antioxidants that help fight against heart disease. And my heart matters to me because I'm a mom and I have a mom. I want to have my best health so I can look forward to many years with them. So another great cost-saving tip, when produce isn't in season, go for frozen. It locks in all the nutrients so you're still getting all the great benefits. So another great pick at the grocery store that has great disease-fighting properties are whole grains. Not necessarily whole wheat, but go for whole grains. full of antioxidants and lots of vitamins and minerals. So protein's one of the most important nutrients for all Canadians, especially if you're trying to get more active. Quick budget tip, go for whole chickens, whole roast. It'll help reduce your cost, but also sodium in some prepared items. You can even try canned beans, lentils as another real budget-friendly option to help boost up your protein. And did you know, if you're using canned beans, you can actually get rid of 40% of the sodium just by rinsing them. So another great protein option and an East Coast favorite, fresh fish. Go for fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, tuna, herring, all great examples of omega-3s, which are a heart-healthy fat. And don't forget, canned fish are all great examples as well. So another quick way to boost your protein easily in any recipe is canned. Save on your dollar, but also watch for the packed in water. That will help reduce the sodium. So carbohydrates, whole grains specifically, are such an important part of any active diet. Go for things like whole grain rice and pastas that make easy additions to family-friendly recipes, such as our burrito bowls that I know Chef Andy is going to do for us. So dairy can be a part of a healthy diet. Plain, low-fat yogurt makes a great substitution for sour cream, mayonnaise in any recipe. And I know Chef Andy's going to use this in our topping for our burrito bowl. So for other dairy products like cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, which make great protein substitutions in cream sauces and recipes, go for 0 to 2%. That's going to reduce the amount of saturated fats in the product and be a heart healthier option. Replacing bad fats like saturated and trans with healthier fats or mono and polyunsaturated fats are good for your heart health. Use some of these oils instead of solid fats like butter, shortening, lard, and hardstick margarines, and other tropical oils like palm and coconut, which can have a lot of saturated fat. So choose things like canola, corn, olive, safflower, soybean, and sunflower. So I know we've been home more lately, maybe eating more family meals around the table, which is great, but you might find it challenging to meet all your family's specific tastes. I hope we've showed you that heart-healthy eating can taste good, it can be easy, and I know Chef Andy is going to show you just how to do that by incorporating different substitutes in one recipe to meet all those needs.
Thank you, Angela. Those were great heart-healthy eating tips to put into practice when we're in the grocery store. My name is Wanda Firth, and I'm the program lead of the Hearts and Health and Motion program here at the Central Zone at Nova Scotia Health. Now, let's hear from Chef Andy.
How are we doing, folks? Come on in, and welcome to my kitchen. The East Coast Kitchen is an absolute honor to have everyone here on Wear Red Day. It is a true honor. I am so fortunate to be surrounded by amazing women in my life, and it's so important to me that they remain healthy for a long time. So today, I'm gonna be showing you a recipe that is a staple in our house. I love this recipe. The reason I love it is not only is it healthy, yes, of course it is, that's very important, but also tastes delicious, which to me means a lot. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk through how to make a customizable family dinner that I guarantee people around the table at your house will love. So we're gonna be doing a customizable chicken burrito bowl. It is delicious, it's easy, and it's healthy. I'm following all the tips that I just saw Angela mention as well from the grocery store. So I incorporated that when I went to the grocery store to pick up ingredients for this recipe. So I'm really excited about this. So before we start getting to cooking, let's just talk flavor, because we know we've got the health stuff on lock after listening to Angela. I just want to talk about flavor and how we can develop more delicious foods, which I believe makes it easier to eat healthier. It really, to me, comes down to a few things. Salt, fat, acid are such important ways to build flavor. That's how we build flavor. That's how flavors are recognized on our tongue. You want to make sure that you're seasoning your food correctly. I use kosher salt. Don't overdo it here, but always add just a little bit because that is what's helping your tongue recognize flavor. Salt is absolutely key to what you're cooking. From there is this fat. You always want to make sure that you have a lovely fat element, and there's loads of healthy fats that I use in my cooking that just elevates whatever that you're cooking. A big one for me is olive oil. It's a very, very nutrient-dense, heart-healthy fat that I love, but you could use Greek yogurt, you could use avocados. These are great fat sources that, again, round your tongue and create flavor, and it interplays with the flavor of acid and salt as well. So fat is crucial. The next piece is acid. It's an absolutely important part of creating flavor. It's kind of that puckering feeling that you get on the side parts of your tongue that make you want to eat more. So for me, what we're going to be using in this dish, and what I use so much in my kitchen, is citrus as acid. I always have fresh citrus, whether it's lime, lemon, grapefruit, oranges. I'm using the juice, but what I also will do, and I encourage you to do as well, is use the zest on the outside. There's so much flavor in there as well. Other alternatives for citrus or for acid could be a little bit of vinegar. It's amazing to start feeling and seeing the difference in flavor when you start playing with that salt, fat, acid, heat. Other ways to add more flavor, and I know Angela mentioned it, is adding fresh herbs. I love fresh herbs. I traveled through Southeast Asia about 10 years ago, and I got woken up to the power and deliciousness of herbs. So we're gonna be using cilantro today. We're gonna use basil, parsley, whatever you can get access to. In the summertime, I have full garden beds filled with herbs, and it can transform anything that you're cooking. So those are just a couple tips to keep in mind as we dive into making this very easy weeknight customizable burrito bowl. So let's do this. So what we're gonna do is, I love making dishes on my Instagram page, Andy's East Coast Kitchen, that are all about how do I get something delicious on the table quickly for my family at the end of the day. So that's exactly what this is gonna be. So the ingredients that we're gonna be using off the top is, I've got some skinless, boneless chicken breasts that we've got set right there. So get that out in front of you. I'm gonna be cooking again with eyes, with my eyes. I wanna see lots of color in this dish. So we're gonna be using some of these beautiful peppers that I have in front of me. We've got a little bit of red onion, a little bit of garlic, and then we'll add in those spices. So let's just get going here on the prep. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna slice up the chicken breast into bite-sized cubes. Get that all sliced up and toss it directly into a bowl. Now what I'm gonna do is dice up these peppers. I'm gonna take out the seeds on the inside, give them a chop, toss them in with the chicken. Last step, I'm gonna dice up some red onion, toss that in. I'm gonna season with a little bit of salt, some olive oil, a little bit of lime juice, some lime zest, and I'm gonna add in some cumin. I love cumin as a flavor. It's a big, bold spice that I love. I'm gonna add in a little bit of chili powder and a touch of smoked paprika. So it's giving us that south of the border style Tex-Mex flavor that we all know and love in burritos. So using my hands, we're gonna mix this all together. I'm gonna get it onto the sheet tray, and I'm gonna place it into the oven that's preheated to 400 degrees. I'm gonna let it cook for about 30 to 40 minutes, or until the chicken is fully cooked through. So let's get that out of the way, and then we'll clean up and we'll kick on with the next part of the recipe. Okay, chicken is in the oven. We are rocking and rolling. I love this dish. The smells are starting to come already. It's all very exciting. Okay, so next up, what I'm gonna do is, I've got some brown wild rice that I'm gonna be using here. I'd say just follow the package instructions. Get the rice cooking. It generally takes around 30 to 40 minutes, so factor that in. Get that set, and it'll be ready at the perfect time when the chicken is done as well. Okay, so we get the rice essentially done. We've got the chicken essentially done. Let's start building more flavors and colors here. So what I have right in front of me, I've got some canned black beans. Nothing wrong with canned beans at all. What I would suggest is, when you do open the can, make sure you rinse off the liquid. It will remove a lot of the sodium. So I've got that ready. I love having these individual bowls so people can build their own bowls. I do this with my kids. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it gets them involved in building the flavors that they love in their bowl. I also have here some canned corn. You can use canned corn. Frozen corn is absolutely amazing as well. If it is canned, just make sure you rinse it off. So we've got those set and off to the side. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is actually build two different things that are really, really flavor bombs that you're gonna love. We're gonna do a fresh salsa, or a pico de gallo. Very, very simple to make. I've got these beautiful fresh tomatoes. Here's a tip when you're buying tomatoes, make sure you're buying ones, and I just took it off, that have the vine still on them. That makes them last longer. You get that aroma of the vine themselves, but it just makes a better tomato to have at your house. So I've got 3 tomatoes here. I've got the other half of that red onion that I'm gonna dice up, and I've got a little bit of jalapeno, and I've got this beautiful cilantro set off to the side. So that's really all this needs. That's what this dish is, and possibly a little bit of lime juice, forgot that. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to dice up the tomatoes. If you really wanna get specific, you can take out the watery seeds on the inside. It'll result in less liquid in the actual pico de gallo. So I'm gonna dice up the tomatoes. I'm gonna dice up the onions really, really nice and fine, and then I'm gonna cut the jalapeno. I'm gonna cut off the tip of it, I'm gonna cut it down the middle, and I'm gonna take out all the seeds. That's where the spice lives. The flesh itself isn't too spicy, but if you're very sensitive to spice, just omit, no biggie at all. So I'm gonna dice up the jalapeno. I'll probably add in a clove of garlic, probably a 1/4 cup of diced up cilantro, then the juice of a lime. Mix that all together, add in a little bit of salt to bring all the flavors together. I am telling you, it is fresh, it is citrusy, it is just so lovely. It'll combine so well with all the other flavors. So I highly, highly suggest you make this fresh salsa. Okay, salsa's out of the way. Let's work on the last piece here, a crema. So most times I've seen crema, they would all use like a sour cream. Sour cream can have a lot of saturated fat in it. So I'm gonna be using just plain Greek yogurt. More heart healthy way to do this. If you have avocado, you could use avocado as well. So all I'm gonna do here is just really season aggressively this plain Greek yogurt. So I'm gonna add a touch of salt, a little bit of olive oil, but the juice of a 1/2 lime, zest of a 1/2 lime, and then I'm gonna add in probably a tablespoon of your favorite hot sauce. Try to get something with low sodium, but this will just add a nice color, a little piquant, a little spice to it, and it's just really, really lovely to add onto your burrito bowl. So we're in good shape now. We've got the crema, we've got the pico de gallo, we've got our rice ready, we have some black beans, some corn. Use whatever you have in the fridge. If you want to add in some avocado, go for it. I've got some of these amazing pickled red onions. If you want to find the recipe, check out my website, theeastcoastkitchen.com. These are super fun, add a really, really lovely acidic element to everything. I'll probably chop up some additional herbs, maybe slice up some additional lime wedges, but we are there, folks. This is very exciting. That didn't take that long. A lot of the steps could be done the night before or in advance to make your evenings that much easier. I think we're there. I'm gonna wait for the chicken to be done, for the rice to be done, and then we can assemble. Okay, so the chicken is done, our rice is done, beans are ready, pico de gallo is ready, our crema is done. All we have left to do, folks, is build a bowl. Again, whatever you have in your fridge, haul it out. This is a great time to use up those left behinds. This smells delicious. It looks delicious. I love the brightness, the colors. It's gonna be fantastic. Let's plate up. I love this kind of meal. It's colorful, it's flavorful, it smells amazing. You just know that tastes good. It's bright, it's fresh. I'm really excited for this. Let's dig in and have a bite here. To me, this is the kind of meal you could eat every single day. And the fact that it's actually healthy for me, healthy for my heart, healthy for my wife, mother's, daughter's hearts, that's an added bonus. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Andy Haye. It's been a lovely, lovely time having you in my kitchen. Until next time, see you later.
Wow, thank you, Chef Andy. That was an awesome looking burrito bowl and pretty easy to make. It looks so delicious and I can't wait to try it.
Merci. Thank you to Angela and Chef Andy for sharing their experiences and recommendations on preparing a heart-healthy dinner, from grocery store to table. J'espère que vous avez acquis de nouvelles idées pour un régime alimentaire sain pour le cœur. Bon appétit!
Thank you. We hope that you've enjoyed the presentation. I'd like to thank our entire Wear Red Canada Day Atlantic team and the Advocacy Working Group at the Canadian Women's Heart Health Alliance. Please note that we've answered your questions and provided relevant links throughout the presentation via the chat. The presentation will be posted on the wearredcanada.ca website later today, along with the rest of the program. Please share these presentations, links, and resources with your friends, family, and community. So on behalf of the Atlantic provinces, thank you for watching. Stay safe, soyez bien, and enjoy heart-healthy eating. Au revoir. Happy Wear Red Day, Canada, everyone.
Bye,
Take care.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
So thank you all for your time, energy, and passion to make this session so uplifting and motivating. Thank you to our presenters for taking the time today to share your knowledge with us, and to everyone who attended the sessions. Before we end the session, we'd like to remind you to please complete the post-webinar evaluation that will appear in your browser window. And don't forget, you can participate today by wearing red, taking pictures and sharing them on social media, using the hashtag #HerHeartMatters. We encourage people to share key messages on women's heart health with their peers, family, and friends. Participate in our virtual 5K event. More details can be found at wearredcanada.ca.
We hope that going forward that you will all be mindful, curious, and proactive in the management of your heart and wellness. Because remember, to take care of others, you need to first take care of yourself. Have a great Wear Red Canada Day. Thank you, everyone.